All right, so black cats, huh? Ready to ditch those superstitions and really dive deep into their world?
I'm ready.
Today, we're going to uncover some truly fascinating feline facts, and I guarantee you'll never look at these mysterious creatures the same way again.
Sounds good to me. It's amazing how often our perceptions about animals, black cats especially, are totally different from the reality.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll be fun to unpack some of the science behind it, the history, maybe bust a few myths along the way.
For sure. It's funny how many times I've seen somebody, cross paths with a black cat and, mutter something about bad luck under their breath. But honestly, when you really think about it, how rare are black cats? Really? I feel like I see them everywhere.
Yeah, that's a great observation, actually. And it kind of leads us to a fascinating genetic truth.
Okay.
Black is actually the most common cat coat color. Yeah, it all comes down to something called eumelanin.
Okay, eumelanin. Now, that definitely rings a bell, way back from high school biology class, but could you give me a little refresher? How does that make black fur so prevalent?
Yeah. So basically every cat inherits two copies of the gene that determines fur color.
Right.
One from each parent, right?
Uh-huh.
And eumelanin is the gene for black fur, and it's what we call a dominant gene. So it's kind of like, you have one friend who walks into a room and instantly, steals the show that's eumelanin.
Right.
Even if you have other colors in the mix, black tends to be the one that shines through.
Interesting. So that explains why we see so many black cats strutting their stuff.
Precisely. And then to make them even more striking, black fur often comes with those piercing golden or yellow eyes.
Oh, yeah. There's just something about that black fur and golden eyes combination. It's mesmerizing. What creates that stunning contrast?
You can thank melanin distribution for that. It's like nature's way of creating a masterpiece, strategically placing those pigments to get those really captivating looks.
Yeah.
But here's a fascinating twist.
Okay.
While having some black fur is super common, a cat that's entirely black, no white patches, no lighter whiskers, now that's actually quite rare.
Wait, really? I could have sworn I saw an all-black cat just the other day.
You might have.
Yeah.
But it's more likely there was at least a tiny patch of white hidden somewhere, maybe just a few hairs even.
Wow, that's such a good reminder that things aren't always as they appear. Even with something as, seemingly simple as a cat's fur color.
Absolutely. And when it comes to black cats, there's a lot more to uncover than meets the eye. For instance, they have that whole bad luck charm reputation.
Right.
But in some cultures, that actually couldn't be further from the truth.
Oh, really? Tell me everything. I'm ready to trade in my rabbit's foot for a black cat any day.
Well, in Japan, black cats are believed to bring good luck and love.
Ooh.
Particularly for single women. They're seen as symbols of romance and good fortune.
So instead of scaring away potential suitors, they're bringing them in. Now that's a superstition I can get behind.
Right. And if you find yourself in Scotland, a strange black cat on your doorstep is a sign that wealth and prosperity are headed your way.
Okay, Scotland just bumped up several spots on my list of places to visit.
Right. It's amazing how these beliefs vary across cultures, isn't it? Sailors, for example, often consider black cats to be good luck charms on ships, believing they can even calm storms and ensure a safe voyage.
It's so interesting how different cultures view them. So black cats are associated with love, wealth, and safe travels, depending on where you are in the world.
Exactly. Unfortunately, not all the cultural interpretations have been so positive for our feline friends.
Yeah, you're talking about the association with witchcraft, right?
Yeah, sadly, during the Middle Ages, black cats were very much linked to witches and viewed as evil omens. And that negative image, unfortunately, stuck around for centuries, which contributes to some of the superstitions we still hear today.
Yeah. It's such a shame that these amazing creatures got saddled with such a bad rap. But, it's easy to see how societal trends, even the ones that are totally rooted in superstition, can have a really lasting impact.
For sure. But hey, let's shift away from the negative for a sec, because something you mentioned earlier about black cats and their gender really piqued my interest. Did you know that statistically speaking, you're much more likely to meet a male black cat than a female black cat?
Really? No, I had no idea. Is there a reason for that?
Well, it's similar to the genetics behind why calico cats are almost always female.
Interesting.
It all comes down to, that fascinating interplay between the sex chromosomes, those X's and Y's,
Right.
and those all-important coat color genes. A full-on genetics lesson might be a bit much for
Oh, I
today.
said that right. No full-on genetics lesson, music to my ears.
But just know that it's a fascinating example of how genes can express themselves in these like really nuanced ways.
Wow. Very cool. Okay, this next one has me really intrigued, and I bet our listeners are ready for this one too. Tell me everything about the Bombay breed.
Ah, the Bombay.
Yes.
This breed is truly one of a kind. You see, it's the only breed that was specifically developed to be entirely black.
Wow.
Imagine a miniature panther that's the Bombay.
A mini panther, you say? Okay, now I have to see pictures.
Oh, you absolutely do.
I bet.
They're gorgeous. They have these incredible copper or golden eyes that just glimmer against those sleek black coats.
Oh, wow. Okay, Bombay cat is officially going on my vision board. But we've talked a lot about looks. What about personality? Are there any traits like specifically associated with black cats?
Well, it's true. Every cat has a totally unique personality,
Right,
just like us.
right, of course.
However, some people believe that black cats tend to be more affectionate and playful.
Hmm.
But those are more like anecdotal observations. You can't really make a general rule about it.
Right, we can't make generalizations about entire breeds, can we? But speaking of fascinating feline traits, you mentioned something earlier about black fur and potential health benefits.
Yes.
Now, that really piqued my curiosity. Tell me more.
This is where things get really, really interesting, because there's actually emerging evidence that suggests that that same gene mutation, the one that causes the black fur in cats, might actually provide them with certain health advantages.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying their black fur is like a superpower?
Well, not quite a superpower,
Okay.
but it's still pretty amazing.
Right.
Studies suggest it could offer a degree of protection against certain diseases.
Okay, I have to ask, what kind of diseases are we talking about here?
Well, it's still early days, but some that are being studied include ones that affect the immune system
Wow.
and even some types of cancers.
Wow, that's amazing. So not only are black cats gorgeous, but they might actually be tougher than we thought.
Exactly. It just goes to show, like, the mind-blowing complexity of genetics.
Right.
Something as seemingly simple as fur color can have, like, these really far-reaching implications.
This is why I love these deep dives, because you never know what kind of surprising connections you're going to find. But I have to wonder, if these black fur genes are so potentially beneficial, shouldn't we be seeing even more black cats out there?
That is a really insightful question.
Thanks.
And it really just highlights that nature loves a balancing act.
Yeah.
So while these mutations might offer advantages in some areas, there could be trade-offs that, we don't fully understand yet.
Right.
It's all about this complex interplay of genes and how they all kind of, work together.
Yeah.
So more research is definitely needed.
Okay, so it's a waiting game for the science world. But in the meantime, I guess we can appreciate those potential benefits, right?
Absolutely.
Which unfortunately makes me think of something else that we were discussing earlier, the challenges that black cats face with adoption.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart to hear that these animals are often passed over simply because of their fur color, despite their beauty, their potential health advantages, their good luck status in some cultures.
It's sadly true.
It's so sad.
And a lot of it comes down to those lingering superstitions.
Yeah.
Those ones linking black cats with bad luck. They still have power, even if people aren't consciously aware of it.
Yeah. It's like that saying, we fear what we don't understand, so what can we do about it?
Well, awareness is key.
Yeah.
By debunking these myths and really highlighting the incredible qualities of black cats, we can encourage more people to look beyond color and open their homes to these deserving animals.
I couldn't agree more. It's so easy to get caught up in those, superficial details. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, it's the connection that really matters.
Absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, by, challenging those outdated beliefs,
Yeah.
we can help shift those perceptions and give black cats the recognition that they deserve.
100%. So we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked genetics, cultural perspectives, myths, even potential health benefits. As we wrap up, is there one key takeaway you hope our listeners will kind of carry with them?
If there's just one thing this deep dive has taught us, is that we should always look beyond the surface, question our assumptions, Who knows what hidden truths are out there just waiting to be uncovered?
That's a really great point, and honestly, I think that applies to so much more than just black cats.
Right.
It's such a valuable life lesson in general.
Absolutely.
Whether it's about our feline friends, our relationships, or even just the way we see the world around us, taking the time to really dig a little deeper can reveal these incredible insights and unexpected beauty.
Beautifully said.
Thanks. And who knows what other hidden gems we might find along the way, right? To our listeners, next time you cross paths with a black cat, I hope you remember everything we've explored today. Their rich history, their genetic legacy, their potential to bring joy, and of course, those mesmerizing eyes.
Absolutely. And hey, if you're even thinking about opening your heart and your home to a new feline companion, please consider giving a black cat a chance. You might just be surprised at the incredible bond that you form.
Couldn't agree more. So there you have it, black cats. Fascinating, beautiful, and so much more than meets the eye. Remember, every cat has its own unique personality, regardless of color. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and who knows what you'll discover.